doing? This is just like DK's Productions here. Look at this. Okay, everyone, this is Sylvester Burks in the house. Come on, give it up for him. Everyone on YouTube who's watching this right now, everyone's giving it up. I know, it's just me in here. Wait, come on, Michelle, come on here. We gotta bring the client on in here. You gotta give him a little love,
Yo, what's up, everybody? We're back at Notes Music Academy. This is the Bay Legends Show, and I got my co-host, Simon Russell, right here.
What's up?
Man, how you feeling, brother?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. We got a great show tonight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to do this. Now, we got a serious OG legend stopping through the studio at 3166 Fruitvale Ave, Oakland, California. Let's welcome, and I want to see the hearts and lights going crazy for this man, Sylvester Burks.
Yes. How you doing, my brother?
Let me straighten you out now. I'm the one with the deep voice to you.
We're going to have a battle, brother.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to try to put some bass in my stuff right now. Yeah, so you and I go way back, man.
Way back, man.
Oh, man, I'm so honored to have you here. This brother here has been playing the circuit for, we gotta go with decades.
Don't tell my age now.
I ain't gonna say nothing, but I'm just saying decades.
Yes.
Of just service, playing behind the biggest names in gospel, all over. I mean, you've been doing it. And you're currently here. You live here in the Bay. You've been doing your thing in the Bay, so you are one of the Bay legends.
Oh, I embrace the Bay.
Oh, yes.
Oaktown,
and that's where we are. We're in the heart of Oaktown. Randy and here, we've all been playing music for a long time, but I wanted to know where you got your start. Like, where did you get inspired? How did you start up?
I got my start in, as we say, church. And I went to the church where Edwin and Walter Hawkins came from.
Dang.
And I was this little kid just fascinated, you know. And Walter would be playing the organ and the pedals, and I was fascinated. I learned all the patterns. I was in the seat moving my feet and learning all.
That's what I'm
They probably thought I was kind of crazy.
You were in the pew doing that?
Yeah.
They said, "Who hit this kid? Who hit this kid?"
Somebody dropped
Get him up there.
So now you've been doing the game a long time. Now, tell us who are some of the people you've had the honor of playing behind.
Well, I've worked with pretty much all of the gospel people, as far back as the legendary Reverend James Cleveland.
Wow.
And Hawkins, of course,
yes.
my idols. And then I wanted to kind of branch out and be a little more contemporary, and was able to work with Yolanda Adams and Kim Burrell, and then Layla Hathaway. And
did you do the Winans? We work with the Winans?
I've never really worked with them. I've done some shows with them on tour. You know,
right.
I work with BB Winans. Yeah.
I was going to say, I thought I knew you did some stuff with it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Now, Yolanda Adams has to be one of the finest vocalists in the world.
She is a technician.
Yes.
Yes, she is.
I watched her on, it was a tribute to Anita Baker.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
You saw that? And just tore it up.
Yeah.
And I could just, normally there's like a filter when you're watching it through television. Mm-hmm. I could just feel the spirit.
Oh, yeah.
Through the screen.
Yeah,
she's
anointing.
It was.
Yeah.
I felt like, oh, Lord, I feel a little cleaner right now.
Pimples all over you.
Exactly.
Hey, wait a minute, a quick story. A friend of mine, musician, came over from London to spend some time with me. I took him to this gospel concert, and this Donnie McClurkin was singing, and he stood up. He said, "What's happening to me? I feel goosebumps." He was crying, and that's the Holy Ghost on you, brother.
What's happening to me? What's happening to me? How come I feel?
Get him!
Why do I feel all this joy?
Right.
Oh,
what should I do?
That's beautiful, man. So you've been playing in one of the local churches here for a long time. You said how many years? 40 something?
47 years.
47 years.
Yes.
And who's the pastor there?
The legendary Bishop Ray Mack, and he just passed.
He just passed
a couple of days ago.
Oh, yeah. Days ago. Wow.
Yeah. So that's a transition for me, playing all those years, and this trip to see the people really affected like that. But life must go on.
Yes. Now,
Celebration.
Now, I have never been to the church. I think I'd combust if I went in there. I have this feeling
Same thing happened to my friend. You go in there.
That's what I'm saying. I know I just combust. But what I wanted to say was I've been admiring your piano work for a long time, and I remember you come and work with me here at Notes Music Academy, and I remember we were sitting down one afternoon, and I thought, I kind of know my stuff, and you said, well, I'm kind of winging in that area, but let me say, you said, here's Amazing Grace, and you could play it like this, and then you said, well, how about like this, and you did like 5 different versions. And I realized how little I knew about this.
Killer.
It was really surprising. So, can you tell me a little bit about how different is it, gospel music to like jazz changes, and what's the difference?
Oh yeah, gospel music has really evolved with a lot of the younger musicians like David Jackson, and he knows David.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
They merge jazz and fusion, the voicing and the chords and stuff. Yeah. Along with that gospel feel that comes from the heart.
Right.
And when you do that, it's a combination that's amazing.
Yes.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm floored. I'm floored. Now, Randy kind of had the gospel chops going up in his colorblind studio.
That's true.
And I remember seeing some of the videos, and these young guys just coming in here and just throwing down like it was nothing, chewing gum. Yeah. And
versatile. I mean, jump on drums, keys.
Yeah.
And again, David Jackson was Marcus was there. David Jackson.
Oh, Marcus, monster.
All
you talk about Phillips?
Yeah.
That's another brother we got to get on here.
So we did the drum videos. The first Gospel Chops drum video Shed Sessions 1 started out of Colorblind in 2005.
Wow.
Yeah, and then he went into bass players. He went into keyboard players. Gerald Forrest, right?
I was one of the first people that he interviewed.
Then there you go.
Yeah.
Because me and Tom, remember when Thomas had his video?
Right.
I was the guy that did the 22-minute lesson on there. If you've ever seen it, I was the only light-skinned brother on there. You probably couldn't miss it, but yeah, and I've taught I shouldn't say all, but a lot of them kids, Justin Brown. But you know what I wanted to ask? Yeah, what I wanted to ask you is like all these upcoming kids, like how many people have you showed and passed down your knowledge to? Like, what are the upcoming cats? Like you mentioned, David Jackson.
It's a whole crop of. Yeah, it's amazing.
I want to hear about the guys you think are like the dope guys coming up.
I tell them I'm fitting them for a role, making them one of my disciples.
There you go.
I say that humbly.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Right.
But some of these kids are amazing. It seems like, is it something they're eating or something? So
it's the same thing with the drums, how I look at them, just like, man.
Yeah. One person in particular, Jamie Hawkins. I don't know if you know him.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Walter's son, and it's just amazing how that family, just from generation to generation, everybody plays. And he's got these little kids. He's got about 6 little kids, and they're singing harmony already. 10-year-old, I think the oldest son, is playing complicated stuff on the piano already.
Yeah.
So it's amazing.
It's just second nature to them, man.
Yeah.
Now, where are you located now? Are you in Union City still?
I'm in the Union Town.
Yeah. That's all good.
Yeah, I love Union City. Don't get me wrong, I love Oakland, but sometimes you just want to go and just relax your mind a little bit.
That's great. No, it's a great city. It's really great. I get all kinds of treats over there. If I wanted to warm the lady up, I'll grab some goodies over there.
Better stay out of Texas Roadhouse.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's like me.
So what's on the agenda now? Are you you've been working? Oh, that's right. You've been working on a lot of records, but your son got into the rap game and did really well, didn't he?
Yeah. He made a little crazy song called "Who Booty Is It?" They just make a hit out of anything now.
Wow.
Who booty is it?
Yeah, he's going up and down stairs singing it. What is that? And he got with some producers, and they got some hot music, and next thing you know, it starts sweeping the country, and he got a gold record. He got a call from L.A. Reid saying, "I'm hearing this song in the clubs. come down and audition. He auditioned. He got signed to Epic Records just like that.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Whose booty is it?
You got to say the who booty.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who booty? Who booty is it?
That's Ebonics.
I think I just sprained my lip there. Who booty? Wow, man. Well, I remember you were telling me that you kind of took it half seriously until you saw the first royalty check come in the mail. And you said it was an astronomical amount of money.
5 figures. 15,000, 20,000.
Wow. And here we are. We've been doing our game for so long, and your son comes in and sings a song called "Whose Booty Is," and he got a $50,000 check coming there. That's beautiful. Hey, I'm doing the wrong thing.
Hey, at least it's in the family.
And he opened up for Beyonce at the Levi Stadium.
Jeez, that's amazing. Well, God bless him for
so what's he go
creative.
by? What's he go by?
Junior around the house. No, he's not a junior, but I'm just saying you could be his mother. Say you John Hart on the stage, but your real name. That's not his real name, John Hart. But DeJohn, empty that garbage.
Right.
Now you had a really nice studio over in I want to say it was Hayward.
Hayward, exactly.
And we did a recording together of my uncle's song.
Yeah.
It was a great song, and I got a chance to work with you. And we've also worked together in other situations, which has been great. You just call me up, hey, we need to do this. Remember that wedding we did?
Yeah.
And so I think I learned the song, half of the song. Mm-hmm. But the lady was taking so long walking. I'd already gone through the song one time, and she's still walking down the aisle. I'm like, oh my God, there's no more lyrics, and you're just like, just sing it again. That was crazy.
Man,
just improvise. Now I'm starting to. That was crazy. Could you walk a little faster? Usually they get there and you.
Yeah.
Oh man, but that was fun though. I appreciate you bringing me on all those.
Man, you are one of the few people that I could just mesh with. It's like we've been playing for years, man.
Yeah, we've had a great chemistry.
Yes, we did.
And we both play boards. It's very rare that you get to play a gig with another board player. So what we would do is sometimes one of us would kick left-hand bass.
You're right.
And I might, he goes, hey, take one. And I take a solo, and then I'd switch over, kick, and you do it. Mm-hmm. And it's just, I don't even know if there's any gigs out there like that. No one does that. Mm. So it was really fun.
Yeah.
And then you just stop calling a Negro. What's up, man?
Well, see, you're a big business mogul now with this grand studio place here.
Oh, man.
Z, hold that door back because they're trying to get autographs from one of these guys.
See, and he's a double threat. He can get you on the keys. If that doesn't work, he'll start the deep.
No, you taught me, man. You showed me how to do it. So, Lana Adams, man. How was it working with her? She a consummate musician. I mean, I can't imagine. She probably knows everything, knows them chords, knows when you're doing them right, wrong.
Yeah. They have phenomenal ears.
Right.
You can hit one note wrong and they'll jump like that because they're very acute.
Yeah, they hear all that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you got to do that, and where else has music taken you in the last 50-something years?
Well, when I was traveling, an interesting story I was going to tell you about. I had went to Cleveland on tour, and I got a chance to work with Patti LaBelle. She was the funnest person to work with.
Wow.
No attitudes, no divaism at all. Mm. But this particular time, I was doing something with one of the Hawkins, and I was in Cleveland. So I said, let me just go to Chicago just to hang out. And I heard about this Cotton Club on Michigan Avenue. So I went to visit the famous Cotton Club. So I'm just jump sharp. So I had the suit and tie on. I walk in, and there was a comedian on stage. And you know how they do. When somebody comes in, they like to get you. Okay. He said, hey, Rev, how you doing? What you doing in the Cotton Club? And I said, I'm just, on tour. Just wanted to check out the place. And he said, well, what are you doing in town? I said, I'm coming off a tour, and I just want to hang out. And he said, well, what instrument do you play? Yeah, I told him who I work with. He was familiar with the Hawkins, and he said, what instrument do you play? I said, I'm a keyboard player. And there just happened to be a beautiful grand piano on the stage, and he said, "Audience, watch this, you guys. If you're a keyboard player, get up there and play this piano right now." I said, "Okay."
Yeah.
Oh man.
And I went to the stage, and I was very deliberate, and a lot of pretty ladies So I was induced to play a little Luther Vandross.
Oh no.
So the house is not a home. That opening.
Oh, yeah.
So I did that, and the places went nuts, and I stole Bernie Mac's show from him.
You go ahead, you go ahead.
That's what you get for trying to.
He's looking down, going, "I can't believe you told that story."
He remembers me.
Wow.
All he could do was just try to sing Luther. Woo. That's all he could do.
Bernie Mac, what a legend, man.
Yeah.
He was funny as hell.
He's really funny.
He really was.
Yeah.
So I've been wanting to get into the church game, and well, I shouldn't call it a game, but I've been wanting to play church and get in there and play them songs, and I just cannot get my head around it. It's really out there. Where would you suggest for some of the people who's starting out? What would you suggest to go and listen to as a up and coming keyboardist?
Well, it started with me just listening to records, and that kind of helped me get my ear tight. I can hear what they were doing, and it was good to find you a little church to learn on. I said learn on,
right?
Because if you make mistakes, then they just going to have somebody playing. So,
right.
As opposed to some other churches, if you hit some crazy, they're going to look.
That would be me.
Right.
That would be me. I would start throwing in them jazz chords.
No, you just have to hang. I get you straight, man.
I appreciate it, man. What do I owe you, man? You charge me up front and just give you some money up front?
Well, if I want to be romantic, I need you to come sing and drop that voice down like that. I've always wanted to be a singer, and I teach vocals and everything, but I never got the hang of singing, and I think that's an awesome gift. When I was singing as a younger, like probably 16, I had this voice at 16. And so the audience would say, "Hey, you sound really great, but you sound like an old dude, and it don't fit, and we can't get our heads around." And I just did. Now I'm an OG, so I'm fitting into my voice. But that's what it was. They couldn't get their heads around this young guy with this big, ugly voice. So,
but you know what? But now, like if this was 20 years, if they had American Idol back, 25 years ago, dude, oh, come on.
Oh, that I went to go on The Voice, and I didn't make it past the first. Well, I waited in the line for like 4 hours, and then we got there, and they're like, "Can you sing?" And I sang some old "Thrill Is Gone." Thank you. And I was.
You should have called me. I'd have hooked you up with Eric Daniels. He's the keyboard player for The Voice. I say,
I should have.
Hook my boy.
See, I should have talked to him.
Yeah, that guy's amazing.
Yeah. So, who are some of the people you admire as keyboardists?
Well, believe it or not, I like a lot of jazz players because, and don't get me wrong, gospel. There's nothing like the feel of gospel. A lot of singers and artists like gospel guys because they play with a natural feeling, and a chip, and then if they can add other elements of different idioms of music, then that it takes the main part that they have, which is the feel. Yeah. So I like Brian Culbertson.
Yeah, great player.
Yeah,
you do a lot of smooth jazz, don't you? I mean, on the side, you do.
I love all different styles of music. I've been at some churches. You play that kind of music, and I get them every time because some of them are pretty judgmental, and they say, "Well, you shouldn't be listening to that type of music." And I don't listen to vulgar stuff at all, but some music is just beautiful music. Anytime a style of music can make you feel good. When you wake up in the morning, or you could be mad, all of a sudden you hear this beautiful melody. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So I like different styles of music.
That's a beautiful thing. Now I know you work with a lot of the greats. In fact, some of the greats that we have on the show. We just had Larry Batiste. I know you've done a lot of work with him.
Yes.
Vernon Black, you work with him. You guys rehearsed I guess it was a record that you guys put out. Can you tell me about that record?
Yeah, it was a beautiful jazz rendition of different songs. I wrote this gospel song, and it had a kind of jazz feel to it, and they recorded it. There's a guy that we're working with. I can't think of his name, but he had a lot of connections. So he wanted to just form this group, So he approached me about it, and I said, yeah, that would be fun. So me, Vernon, and Tony Saunders.
Tony Saunders.
Yeah.
Now there's another guy we need to get on the show. He's man, what a legend. He's been doing it for a minute. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
What an ear. He just has, and feel.
Oh yeah.
So I've noticed. You played me some of your earlier stuff, and there's a lot of like really cool smooth jazz, which is kind of a different game than the gospel.
Oh yeah.
It's a little more orchestrated, and there's not as loose. It's got groove and funk in it. So what's your approach to playing some of this stuff? I mean, do you just kind of listen to other things and then create, or is it just kind of you just get it? Does it just come to you?
Well, with jazz, a lot of gospel musicians are incorporating some of the techniques of jazz, which is I call dissonance, where you may hit one basic major chord and then the left hand chord is totally it seemed like it wouldn't fit,
Right.
But when you put the combinations together, it has this sound. It's like it's a warm sound.
Yeah.
And it's very expressive,
Yeah, I noticed that Herbie Hancock does. He calls them composite chords, right? They stack them, and if you look on a piece of paper, it would be a C something, and then a slash, and then there's another chord, and they're all over his music. And and to read it, you're just like, how does that go work? But the same kind of concept, right?
Yeah, same concept. That's right.
Yeah, it's beautiful how they, and I think as a piano player myself, finding the right voicings. And it's also the utilization of space and silence.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
When to play, when not to play.
Yeah. It's commonly called letting the music breathe.
Yes. Which I think, you got it all in spades. I love the way you play. Man, it's really beautiful. And I think that's why we play well together. We both are really respectful of each other's voices,
Exactly.
As a drummer, it's got to be the same thing, right? We're always listening to all the musicians. And so what would you say to some of these young players coming up? What are some of the important rules of the road and, of etiquette, those kind of things that you need to have to really be successful in this business?
Yeah, you need to learn to be disciplined. Some young guys, if you give them a chance to play, they're going to show you everything they know in one song,
right?
And it just becomes too much noise and conglomerated, And that's where you have to let the music breathe.
Yes.
And just, sometimes there's a saying that says less is more.
Right.
Yes.
See? Yeah. And just you be in the pocket sometime and make you sound professional.
Exactly. Yeah. And really giving space for others to speak,
Exactly.
I've played with cats, I won't mention names, but I play with cats who'll do a 7-minute solo. So, your average song is 3 minutes on the radio?
Right.
His solo went on 7 minutes. And then he turns it over. I'm like, you pretty much said everything that needs to be said this evening. So I'm just going to end the song.
Yeah, we don't even have to go back to the head.
Right.
Just solo out. Vamp out.
But, I think if you can't say what you need to say in 16 bars, then you probably just need to keep playing the chords. Say what you need to say. If you need to go 24, that's probably tops. Unless you're in like an avant-garde jazz situation.
Right.
But in most situations, man, I want to throw something at these cats.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And
Just
some of them are just straight arrogant,
Yeah.
Nothing worse than an arrogant musician.
Right.
And that's one thing I try to convey to everybody that I work with, and they label me is very humble. So you got to hold your hand like this and tilt your head down, and always offer to get the dust off of their shoe. Let me
just
let me see you do it.
I don't know if I can do it.
You can do it. Yeah, there you go.
Or is it?
Yeah.
What, do I have to do some of the lips or what?
Now you're looking crazy now.
Hey, Sylvester, I got a question.
We used to do that every day at school. What's that mean?
Are you teaching right now? Are you accepting students?
I love teaching. I
Yes.
really do. With the COVID and everything,
Right.
That's kind of touchy.
Right.
But I get students that's really hungry to learn.
Are you doing online?
That's what I need to do. I really need to do that. Yeah.
Well, I might have some students for you, brother.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I can afford you, but we, got some students.
Tired eating beans. I know the whole bean family: red, lima, kidney, butter, pinto. Know all of them.
All the different flavors. Now, tell me this: you have been married to your wife, who I've had the great pleasure of meeting, and she's just a stunning, beautiful person.
Yes.
How long have you two been married?
Well, we've known each other since high school.
That's amazing.
And we saw each other back then, and never hooked up or anything like that. And I saw her about 20 or 30 years later, and I said, "Charmaine, Sylvester."
Yeah, it's like
She's really sweet. I've had some bad situations, but this was a spiritual thing. This lady told me after I went through a really bad breakup, the Lord shows me that there's a lady coming into your life, and she's sweet. She's gonna love you for you, and she sings. And if that wasn't her, and sure enough can cook. She's like a grandma. I can go home right now. A pot of gumbo.
I'm coming.
Red meat. Come on.
I'm coming over.
I
need the address.
can't lose weight if I wanted to.
Oh, I need to put some on now. I'll tell you, that's right.
Come on through.
Oh, let's go. No, she's a sweetheart. I remember meeting her, and she just loves you to death.
Yes,
Loves you
really
to death.
Sweet.
And it's inspiring for me because I'm not going to say that. I guess I'm going to say that I've been through a few marriages unsuccessfully, and it's just great to see a couple still together, still beaming, loving each other, looking at each other. It's very inspiring. So, I commend you for that, brother.
Thank you.
It was beautiful.
Thank you.
And you got how many boys? Got how many kids?
I have one son, but she has three. So we're blended, and it's a wonderful situation. They're all musical. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Really musical. Yeah. My wife sings very well too.
Oh, I thought you were joking. I thought she said
No,
she couldn't sing. She can sing too.
She can
Okay.
sing, yeah.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
What's she can sing too.
She can
Now
sing.
I know how you got her though. You did that little thing with
Little
the
inside
piano.
joke,
You just said
I'm gonna teach you how to do that.
Okay. He told me you gotta play.
I can't do that no more though.
Yeah, you gotta play, and then you gotta do a side eye.
Yeah.
You
the
can't.
side
You
eye.
can't. You do side eye,
Right.
and then it's all over.
No,
And you gotta do-
why am I feeling this like Oscar Peterson vibe thing?
This is some Luther. You got to hit some Luther Vandross.
Right.
You hit the Luther Vandross, and then you just do a side eye, and it's all over. But he said, when I tried to do it, he says you look like you're trying to kill somebody. He said you got to work on that. You got to work.
A little more subtle.
Yeah, I look kind of like
Yeah.
more.
Hey,
Yeah,
Sylvester.
Like he was challenged.
Sylvester, how about some of the guys like that you've? I know there's got to be more than just a couple. Now, all these guys in church, who are some of your students that have went on to?
It's a lot of guys that they're probably pretty much on the gospel circuit.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of keyboard. Actually, like David Jackson, when he was young, he was.
So he did study with you.
Yeah, he
Awesome.
not so much study, but he would watch me,
Right.
and guys like that, and I was like that too. They could hear everything.
Yeah.
And they would just watch me and watch the discipline. See?
Yeah. Now, there's another guy that I really like that I just found out about just about 2 years ago. That's LJ.
LJ's a monster.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I really dig him. And when you talk about that jazz fusion, he's got that.
Yeah,
he's got
a
an
bad
ear,
dude.
man.
Yeah.
And then Simon, he's another guy that voice stuff just like unbelievable.
I'm just in awe of these guys. Yeah. Now, I mean, we got to be honest about it. The best musicians in the world are out of the church.
I have to say that. I really.
I mean, they just are.
Yeah.
And they have that culmination of great, incredible ears. And a lot of them don't know jack about music. I was over at a church in San Jose. This kid's going, and I said, "What is that? Is that a F?" I don't know. I don't know any chords.
They don't know any theory.
No theory. Didn't even
All
know he was
memory.
doing it.
All
It was
memory.
just played. He just heard it. And guess what? He could do it in every key.
Wow.
He goes, "Oh, I can do it here and there." I was like, "Wow!" And no theory. You have no idea what you're doing. It's just pure. But that's back in the day. That was how you did it. You just you just look over someone's shoulders and snag all the riffs, which I've been doing for years with you. You don't know that.
I saw you.
Oh, you saw?
No, I heard you.
I've been stealing your stuff.
I heard you.
I've been stealing Sylvester stuff for a minute.
And on that last album, about a minute and a half in, that was my shit. Okay, where's my check?
I've been stealing your stuff, man.
I mean, my stuff.
I've been watching this
my
stuff too. But this man got some scales. It's just the jazz feel, man. He's a throwback. I can just see you playing for Ray Charles too.
That's my boy. That's my boy. I was, that if you listen to, obviously he was all church, right?
Yeah.
But if you listen to the way Ray Charles plays and sings, his phrases, he could get these phrases like 12 words into a one section, and it would sound cool because he just, I don't think he had to use anything else. He just heard it.
Yeah, well, they got that sixth sense,
right,
or seventh sense. By not being able to see, they're so,
And he would just lay his chords, the way he laid his vocals. You're just going, how did you? And try to do it. Yeah. Try to sing like him, and you can't do it. I've seen a lot of people try.
Yeah.
He was a one of a kind.
Yeah.
Now, another one of my favorites who's got to be someone, I don't know if you've worked with her, Aretha Franklin was one of my biggest idols.
Never had the pleasure of working with her, but she was a legend,
Yes. And you don't really, there's been some singers that have come out. I think we have a lot of great singers from the church, but there's something about the timing of everything. Aretha Franklin was coming up through the civil rights movement. Right. She was right next to Martin Luther King. Her idols were Mahalia Jackson, who was another person and you're just listening to the way that they phrase things, and it's just out of this world. And it was drenched in the struggle.
Oh yeah.
And I think a lot of the music that I hear nowadays lacks that connection to struggle.
That is so true.
You know what I mean?
That is so true.
It's something about the way that I'm hearing music now. It's with auto-tune, great singers, but there's something missing.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Yeah.
Where is that pain?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
they depend on the technology,
Right.
You could get a person that really can't sing that well and doctor them up, auto-tune them, and run them through the filters. And then a lot of times you hear them live, it's like, they don't sound the same.
Right. I'm glad you did that to my last recording with you. Those filters were really helpful. No, I just really think it's missing in the business. And we just had Larry Batiste, who's on. Can you tell us what it was like working with Larry Batiste, who's another legend?
Those guys, him and Clay Tovin. They're what I like about them. They're not real boisterous or anything like that. They're a well-kept secret for the level that they're on. They remind me of Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam.
Right.
That tandem, working together like that. And they've been doing it since they've been kids.
Yeah.
And they are so successful. I remember one time he told me, and he won't mind, that Charlie Wilson needed a string arrangement on one of his biggest hits. And he approached them, and he said, well, how much you guys want? And they just threw something out there crazy. He said, okay. So
you got that kind of bread, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And just to be able to just create like that under pressure, for me, I think it'd be a lot of pressure, but we were talking a previous interview with a guy named Mike Rinta, who was talking about, and I've mentioned this in other interviews, it's about how much you are in the zone and allowing just the process to happen.
Yeah.
I can imagine that it's all in gospel music. It's all about the spirit, right?
It is.
You can't really think through this process. And I've played at some wonderful churches where I almost had out-of-body experiences.
Oh yeah.
That you just you're looking down and your hands are going, but you're not connected.
Yeah.
You've been lifted. And some of my favorite performances I've done have been in the church.
Oh yeah. You just got the anointing came on you. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you have that happen from time to time.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I have to admit though, sometimes I get really sleepy, and this is people laugh at this. I've been playing so long, and one of my good friends, Rusty Allen, bass player.
Yes, Rusty. Yeah.
He said he had never seen this before, and you should have seen his expression when when I was through. This was one of my real tired nights. So I'm playing, and I go to sleep, and I mean really sleep. I'm playing, but I'm not missing a chord. So what was happening?
You're on autopilot.
I could hear the service in my subconscious mind.
Wow.
So I had myself under hypnosis. I hypnotized myself.
You got to try that. I want to try that out, man.
I'm so bad I hypnotized myself. My groove was so tight I put my own legs to sleep.
So just to let you know that I really was asleep, I woke up, I did a Michael Jackson.
Right.
You had the slobber. You just said
I was asleep.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I know that you do those late nights. When you're inspired to write a song, it's not about sleep. You're going to finish that song.
Oh, yeah. I do all-nighters all the time.
I used to do them. I can't do them very well anymore. I got to go into a coma the next day. I'm screwed over. But, yeah, I mean, I do. I remember in my younger years, I would just stay up all night, a couple of nights in a row, and just get the ideas out there.
Oh, yeah.
And I was very thankful. And then, unfortunately, my hard drive got wiped. 10 years of work gone.
Are you kidding?
No, I didn't back it up. That was a bad lesson.
Oh, yeah. You'll learn that the hard way.
Oh, yeah. So I'm sure you get into some of the different stylings. You say you've studied all kinds of different stylings. What would you say you gravitate to? What is your favorite kind of music to kind of, is it funk? Is it, bluesy?
Okay, being a good gospel player, you have to be able to be versatile because there's different styles of gospel music. Some of it sound like some straight up blues, and And by the way, I really enjoyed playing on John Lee Hooker's
I heard about
project.
That.
Yeah, I hear it's doing very well too. He took a blues style and incorporated it into gospel. Man, I'm talking about with the breaks and everything, man. So you have to play different styles, a little bluesy, contemporary.
Right.
Just making transitions. I went from Patti LaBelle, which is a kind of throwback to the 70s sound, to Kim Burrell, which is, she is a monster. Yeah.
If y'all don't know Kim Burrell, you got to take a listen to her. It's insanity.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
The arrangements, because I found a couple of tunes that I really dug that she did, and it's insane.
Oh yeah,
it's fusion.
Yeah,
it's straight fusion.
Oh yeah, she hears everything.
Oh, you're the one that showed me that record.
Yeah.
You said, "Hey, check these." You said, "Doc." You always call me Doc. You said, "Hey, Doc, check this."
Yeah.
I was floored.
Yeah, so you have to be versatile. I was blessed to be the music director for Courtney Cox's wedding.
Nice.
One of the actresses on Friends.
Yes.
And I didn't know what type of music she wanted. She gave me 25 songs for her wedding, and they were all different styles. So if I hadn't been versatile, then I would have been stuck.
Yeah, you'd be done. Yeah, you can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Courtney Cox. I think she was, if I'm not mistaken, she married
David Arquette.
Arquette. Yeah. I went to camp with that cat.
Are you kidding?
I did. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we went to camp together with also his sister Rosanna, and but it was really weird because they had the L.A. troupe and then the Northern California, and they clicked together. So I tried to holler at them, and they're like, "Where are you from?" "Oh, you're from Upper California. We don't talk to." They didn't, But we it was really trippy. But I'll say it to their face. I'm not tripping. But yeah, it was that was the way it was. It was just kind of disconnected. But wow, yeah, Courtney Cox.
Yeah, she was so nice.
And I bet you they had all kinds of celebrities there at their wedding.
The whole cast of Friends was they had us to go to this big hotel in San Francisco, and of course they had to be in a room that was like way at the bottom because people would have went nuts. And I met Jennifer Aniston, all of them, just as warm, and Sakai was one of the singers, and Nikita.
Wow.
And the Train Girls.
Oh, right, the Train Girls.
Yeah, I left a message for them. We trying to get you on, girls.
Yeah, wow. I've been knowing them so long. Wonderful ladies.
I used to play with Nikita when I was like 19.
Wow, you go way back. Yeah,
go back a ways.
Yeah, we all OGs, man. We
OGs.
We just all, and the beautiful thing about it is the cross pollination. We kind of just cross paths.
Yeah.
You may not talk to someone for. Like, Randy and I didn't it's been many years we haven't talked, and all of a sudden we just start talking. I called him because I was opening up at a school, and he had a school. So I said, hey, I need to get some advice. And then we reconnected, and here we are today, which is, it's just interesting how things go. Yeah. And you and I have had like long periods where we haven't talked, and then you'll say, hey, man, I got a gig. You want to come in? And the conversation just keeps going like we haven't stopped. It's beautiful, man. I just love it. It's beautiful, man.
Yeah. Once that bond's created, you know,
straight up.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
And we all keep a sense of ourselves throughout the years, and you know how sometimes some of us haven't, and we get out of pockets, and you know what I mean, though.
Yeah, we've all been there.
We've seen it. We've all been there. But hey, man, this is a great thing, and we're looking forward to bringing on and getting this Bay Legend thing, man. Giving the props to the
so
Bay
appreciative,
Area,
man.
And we thank you so much for all that you've
My
done.
pleasure.
Yeah,
in
brother.
the gospel, and the jazz, and the fusion. Man, it's a pleasure to meet you here today. I've heard you, and I've heard all the cats talk about you. Like, you know, you got to go see Papa Burke. Papa Burke.
He's got it right there.
No, but I'm serious.
Wait, let me get the dust off your shoe.
Wait, hold on.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, I can't get the lip right though. No. Work on the lip.
No, stop.
But you're well. What I'm saying is, you know, you're well loved.
Yes, very
People
much.
tell me that. I love people, and I believe in treating people the way I want to be treated.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
This ugliness and the prejudice is just.
Yeah.
We're all God's people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you, man.
Sure. I love you too, bro.
Yeah. Much love and respect, man.
Yeah.
And we are so appreciative that you come on the show and just shared your knowledge. And I hope that you and I get to do lots of gigs together, and you know, grace everybody.
Do that.
I would just like to just start playing again. It's just, you know, I hope we can get on the other side of COVID.
Yeah.
And just get back into playing. You know what I'm saying? It's like
we need to do it right here.
Yeah. So, but it's an honor, brother. And I know we're going to hear lots of incredible songs. Now, what was the name of the records? Some of the records that you guys have released. I know you had one record that was doing really well overseas. What was the name of it so people can look it up?
I did something with Paul Hardcastle from London.
Yes.
Yeah, he's. I think he sold like 10 million records or something.
There you
like
go.
That. Yeah. And he never stops. You know, just from year to year, he just keeps going. So that particular song was recorded by. It's called the Rainforest Band, and they're offshoot from Garcia with the Grateful Dead. What's his name? And
is this Narda's thing?
No, Narda was affiliated with the first original.
Oh, okay.
Jerry Garcia.
okay.
So it's an offshoot from that old Rainforest.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun.
So is there where's a place where people can come and, you know, check out your material? You have a Facebook website, anything like that?
I'm going to really start doing a lot more music. I've been doing a lot of engineering, and that's a fun thing, you know.
Yeah, I enjoy that.
Yeah,
so.
I never was a technical person, and I just kept dealing with engineers that would become late, and you know, they you know, get high before, you know, and my clients. Then I said, let me just learn this stuff.
Yeah,
I just shared and just got it. So I don't need you no more.
That's
right.
how we end up learning those things. You know?
Right, we got to keep it rolling.
Get tired of people not showing up.
Yeah,
you know? And then you end up doing it yourself.
That's right.
Well, you think about back in the day in the 50s to do a record that we could do now in our living rooms. It was, you know, astronomical amount of money.
You needed 15 people.
You needed all those people, and so, you know, you can produce a record right out your living room now.
Sounding great.
And sounds just as good as anything out there. So it's a great time to be a musician.
It is.
It's a great time, and it's good. And I would recommend all of the youth out there is, number one, learn all these techniques. Number two, learn about the business.
Right. Oh, yeah.
You know, learn about the business and learn how to produce yourself.
That's right.
You know, you don't need to depend on everybody.
No,
Get out there. It's you know, really out there. I mean, I got to say, I've grown up with Randy from way back in the day, and I don't know if you've heard any of his early, his sequencing was second to none. Like, his drum sequences were unreal.
What?
I'm serious, man. And I'd be sitting there and I go, damn, he's got a beautiful wife. And he's good looking guy, and he can actually write music. I'm like, dang. So this brother has been doing it, and I used to beg him to come and do the sequencing on my records.
Really?
So he's been doing this for a long time.
Long time. Huh?
You got this incredible ear. And so what I've been encouraging all my friends to do is like, we just need to start being on each other's records and finish it in the COVID situation.
That's right.
And just have something to show for it at the end of this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Have something. But we want to just thank you, my brother, for coming out.
My pleasure.
And I know it's past your bedtime and my bedtime. Yeah, I was going to see. Can you do the interview and sleep at the same time?
Of course.
We're going to try that in the next one. We're going to do that.
Telepathy, man. I went to this young lady's house one time. It was the strangest thing, and we have fun. And so I'm out on a date, and her mother's there, and they must have said something about me, but no words were said. She looked at them and said, I said, is this telepathy? Y'all talking about me.
Well, we have a good time, man. And we just want to thank you for coming on the show. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the audience before we wrap it up?
Well, I would say in this time, just love, spend time with family. It has really given us a chance to see what family is all about and the real true things in life, We've never seen a time like this. So, love people, have a relationship with God. That's very important. So, man, just,
I feel you on that, man. That's beautiful. What about you, Randy? You got anything else you want to add to the situation?
Man, watch Bay Legends.
There we go.
Check out Notes Music Academy.
Amen.
So we can bring on more great people like Sylvester Burks.
Yes.
Simon Russell. Zena Escobedo.
Yes.
And I'm...
Oh, I forgot his name. Yeah, Randy G.
It's
so cool.
Randy G.
Did you see I had to put the bass on it?
Gallerin.
G.
Ray Gallerini. Ran... the G-Man. Remember back in the day I had on my cards? This is so funny.
You did.
How can you when you grow up and you look back at your old cards? I had the Funky G-Man. So
I remember that card.
I know, but it was so stupid. Like, how would you? Hey, I'm the Funky G-Man. Here's my card.
Impress the girls. That's what.
Hey, man,
it worked. I mean, it worked to a certain degree. But,
pimp status.
But,
pimp status.
Anyways, just those funny things you do.
All right, my brothers. Well, we are here at Bay Legends, and we want to thank you for this episode. Sylvester, much love and respect to you.
Man,
all right. Yeah. Randy, Zena, we are out. Peace,
Simon
love.
Russell,
peace out.
We out.
God bless.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can't sleep at night, longing for daylight, pillow stained with tears, you're overcome with fear.